Hello everyone, this is Restarting the Drug Gamer here and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time we started, well, the game over again. This time we're going on Shizune's route as I've already said, and second day, we wake up, we don't know where the hell we are. Well, we know where we are, it's just we're waking up in a room that's not your own. And this is our third room when you think of it. Interesting. All in 1 year. But yeah, new clothes, generic detergent. It just feels like nobody's clothes. And Kenji, Misha, and Shizune are all interesting people. Hey, maybe not everyone's crazy. But what do people do around here? We didn't see a lot of kids after class yesterday, so we wonder. All through the class, the question remains in my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. I don't understand you. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser on her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. It also makes the eraser useless, but is so pleasing to see. sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, He-chan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know. She's worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. Yeah, I bet. Though, it's a school event, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. Like making booths. So, you're actually transported out in a busy time. Maybe you could help out too. That sounds like busy work. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, Hee-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glass at the end of an utterly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. And maybe a bit too fast. Huh? Oh. Who cares? What? Misha puffs her chest out as she shouts. Shizune towards at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning in our direction. Not so loud! Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will naturally change with time. Now, it's about delicious fine food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, beating his longboard and pointer against his palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Best get back to work, I methinks. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though, bursting it off without care. We are in the middle of class and should start walking. Yes, so be quiet. That's right, Chi-chan. What? That's right, Chi-chan. Are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone also has changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. About to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently toward the door. It doesn't seem like she was walking in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? He-chan? Is something wrong? Do I feel as uneasy as I feel? Or is Misha just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay! Okay, Hee-chan. Perfect. Perfect indeed. The rest of the class passed as uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Wonder where she went. Before I have time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teachers informed us that it's time to stop walking. Alright kids, that's enough. Shizune looks more a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes it is, Hee-chan. Impossible. Really? Really? I noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm looking at Misha, but I might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing. But really? Shizune can't hear me. But it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. Good news, we have all the time this time. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it is not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hee-chan? Very sure. You're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the classroom. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities. The prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Shizune pushes the glasses up on the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. Oh, wow. I don't argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. Oh, right, lunch. Let's go. I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I did not find it until near the end of my freshman year. Wonder if there's a place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pulls me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classrooms or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. Um. After we finished eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So Hee-chan, you already know about clubs and stuff, right? Right? Right, Shin-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture, as if she's about to deliver a speech. Here we go! Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams or players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There's a book club here, right, Hee-chan? Right, but it seems like they all have the members they could possibly have right now. So Hee-chan, it's a really popular club. To be fair, I guess reading's one of the couple things that can be done here. Ah, okay, but more to the point, Hee-chan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Considering everyone can read. Good, great, that's great. Hee-chan, really great! Why is this so great? No reason. Well, Hee-chan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student Council! I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this, because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion. In a matter of speaking, after all, it's still Misha who has to voice everything she says. Wait, Hichan! Maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hichan. Shi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. Starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if in my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council, and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to... So you're admitting that! No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hichan, of course it would be nice if you joined, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one school. Which is why I'd never be part of one. Yep, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hichan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if she's really good at acting. Both of them seem to be trying to hold hard to look their cutest, although they are all pretty cute to begin with. So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. No? What? No. Aw, see, Shi-chan? Of course it wouldn't go easily. Yep, that's right. Though it would have been boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan knows me candy now. What? You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. And of course, life is playing all of us for fools. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Oh no. That's interesting, Hichan. Let's play a game. What? That's not what I said. How about Rich Man, Poor Man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. I actually don't know what that game is. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Well, because you two have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that's not my goal. But what this means is that the both of you can team up, and I'll be at a clear disadvantage. So I will have to decline. Hey-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us? That we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? So to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council! No! How about a game of paper football instead of Rich Man, Poor Man? Actually, I have seen paper football. Paper football? Yep, it's a game that they play in America. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hichan. Honestly though, that actually does sound a bit fun. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shi-chan. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I want to say that I'm happy with their attempt to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I I've never been on one before, or even known anyone who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Hee-chan, how about Risk, the game of full domination? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hee-chan. You fight for control of the world, with armies and everything. So like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Really, Shi-chan? We can play just for fun, Hee-chan. Shi-chan hasn't really played in a long time. So if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay. Perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hee-chan. Wait. Why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Oh. I go meant to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete, just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh, there goes Hanako. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in a seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby, latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nonetheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. That being the student council. What's wrong, Ki-chan? That's right, we're just gonna play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know. Misha seems that this all seems a little sensitive to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still. For some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me just seems a little silly. That's not true, Hee-chan. Shi-chan says that when the life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Why is my life being threatened here? Life is threatened? Her expression's unchanging. Misha says something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha face deafness and hums cheerfully. Stop that! I know you heard me! You have no excuse, unlike Shizune! Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large. Maybe even a little larger than our classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side, as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most noticeable thing in this room doesn't have the other people. Are we early? No! What do you mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right! Please tell me we're not the only two. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hee-chan, let's play Risk! Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to! Okay, fine. Okay. Do you know the rules? We can explain it to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. What ship are we playing at, though? Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air, slicing her air through the arm. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. It's not feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Shi-chan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Shi-chan also says that she'll let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. No! You betrayed me. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. Shizune admires your fighting spirit and will be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I'd expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what that word means or how it's signed. So she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return sends it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temple as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory, and I hit my back trying to mimic that. I apologize. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait, please slow down, Shizune. Shi-chan says that you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush your world empire with a rebellion! Okay. Those eyes shine with a childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. In that case, I only have one option. Attack aggressively! She's either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing else to lose though, so I might as well try something different. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I could sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. Damn it. I win! Yay! No need to chance like that. It was pretty clear. Don't look so sad, He-chan. You were really giving it your best. That's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone else knows it, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. He-chan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Shi-chan is impressed. The mark of a great people is that they are daring, and what they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, He-chan? That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point in potential if you don't take the first step, and there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. Do you want to continue? You're right, Shi-chan, but that's so demanding. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful and more like a serious person I expected her to be from the start. He-chan, would you like to join the student council? She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But It's only my second day here of the school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. But spending time with Shizune and Misha does seem like something I wouldn't hit. I still need more time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe. I'll get back to you on it. Okay, Hee-chan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? Hee-chan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that it's definitely the truth and there can't be any mistaking it. I know. I guess I should have my revenge for losing at the very least. Your whole empire will come a flare rebellion! Shizune smiles at that, in a mischievous way that feels like twisting the knife in my stomach. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I spent far too long playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian's absent. I think you're right, Chi-chan. We think the library's open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks. It's okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye! Okay, now back to fast forwarding. So basically we go to the second floor, trying to find where the library is. Nothing is marked. We couldn't find it. We went through a random door, and in there we find... If it swaps. There we go. And in there we find Lily. She's just sitting there, and I have to admit something. Back when I actually watched this, for some reason, I don't remember if I just mixed up some media. Or if it's just part of this, I don't remember, but I've always imagined this scene with a bunch of like brushes around to help signify like where something near is. I don't know. It was very bizarre. But basically, Hisao stumbles into here, meets Lily, she shows hospitality. He goes and figures out she's deaf, no, not deaf, that she's blind, does a quick process of pouring the drink, and realize that not many people come here, why are you here? And that we went the wrong room, and that we're in 3-3, with I'm already forgetting his name. But anyway, she went and called Lily, not last name because it's too formal. She's in class 3-2, that is tough for mostly blind. And she's amused by our little slip up. Because we're really new to this environment, we're not used to changing our words. But yeah, Lily comes here, she's class representative. Nothing about Shizune and Lily the rivalry here yet. But anyway, it's not recommended to join a club, so that's good, but over time, we just go and, well, realize that we need to go to the library. And so Lily will go and help take us to the library. And because she still has something to do for it, she will go and come with us. So yeah, this is going to be very helpful, and that's all for this time. This is Reselect the Drug Gamer. Everyone just see you so far, and I'll see all you guys again next time. See you guys!